Which again tells me that this decision was made by somebody or some bodies who are suits in an office somewhere looking at numbers on a page. They don't give a fuck about the game. They don't give a fuck about the development. They don't give a flying fuck at all.
If you were
aggressively casual.
Welcome, everybody, to Aggressively Casual, Episode 2 of Season 2. I, as always, am your host, Freebird. With me, to my internet left, is Cheeks. Say hi, Cheeks.
Hello, here we are.
We did it. We made it. We survived another couple of weeks. Congratulations, sir. How are you? How are things?
Not bad, I suppose.
That's good. That's good. What have you been up to lately?
Lots of things, actually. We did some God Breakers earlier today. That's an interesting project. We've been playing Necess, which is a really good project. I will probably, maybe, sort of, kind of start New World tomorrow, but then again, Arc Raiders launches tomorrow, so maybe not.
I was going to say, Arc Raiders launches tomorrow. Outer Worlds,
maintenance in Dune and that sort of thing.
I've done my maintenance in Dune. Although in Dune in particular, I think there's a bug, and I don't know how to. I've reported it as a bug, so I hope to God it is one. Because twice now I have put 20 days worth of fuel into my my Thief console, or however, right? It says I had 20 days. I log out, and a couple days later, Jeff or you comes in and tells me, "Hey, your base has no fuel."
Mm-hmm.
No idea why.
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense. So
I've run into that where I've wait, hang on. It seems like I have a bunch of fuel, and then but without there's unfortunately. That sort of thing is not in the log,
right?
So, or at least not in the log that it currently produces that we have access to.
I was going to say, not the log that we can see. So I'm hoping that on Funcom's end, they've got a way to look at that and go, oh yeah, that works. That works. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. But other than that, I've been playing New World, which we'll talk about.
Oh yeah, New World. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that tonight. And the interesting decisions made around that game.
Probably the big topic.
All right, we'll talk about. Let's see what else I've been playing. Oh man. Oh boy.
You've already been playing Outer World.
Outer Worlds 2, which is really good. Like not to give anything away and whatnot, but they fixed pretty much every little nagging issue I had with the first one. But the big thing that they fixed is the way combat feels. Combat actually feels good in this one, whereas the first one, it felt okay. It feels closer.
Right,
yeah. In this one, it feels closer to what I would say like Starfield's combat felt like, where it feels like it's been more refined, and it feels like it doesn't feel like you're kind of kludging around trying to do stuff. The melee feels really good. The guns all feel really good that I've used so far. But yeah, I don't want to give anything else away about that. We played Dispatch, you and I, Cheeks.
We did.
We played Dispatch.
You played it, commented.
Fair, but that's going to be a thing every Friday moving forward until Dispatch is over, which I believe there's 8 episodes. We get 2 episodes at a time, so you do the math, chat. But that has been a great time. I've been playing Ball Pit, which is Ball Pit is so good. I stopped everything that I was doing to make a Gauntlet episode on Ball Pit.
Right.
That's how good that game is. And for $15, you cannot go wrong.
And by making a Gauntlet episode, what he means is he wrote the script, sent it to me, and said, "Record this."
It's true. I did. Thank you. and then to be fair, I edited everything together and made the voice sound. Brought the voice levels up and my levels for the game audio down, all that kind of stuff. You know, the back end kind of stuff. Arc Raiders is tomorrow, which I'm stupidly excited for. I have a feeling you and I are going to be on Arc Raiders tomorrow night.
After my music stream, maybe, yeah.
And then, the other, Warhammer Online private server, Return of Reckoning. I dabbled for about 5 minutes to make sure that it ran okay. Because I haven't heard back from Nelstar yet as to when he wants to run that. But, and I've been doing my daily logins for SWTOR to get my legacy tokens or whatever they are to do stuff and things. But yeah, it's been a really broad week of gaming for both of us. And then
the other thing that we started today, of all things, that I managed to win a key to PAX Day.
Yeah, and I picked one up for $15. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, basically, so far, my first opinions is they took Life is Feudal and turned it into an MMO.
Yeah, and that kind of seems to be
added the combat stuff, because Life is Feudal is just a build it's a build game.
Yeah, and that kind of seems to be the it reminds. There's another one. There's another survival game that is like Life is Feudal. And
there's a few out there.
And but
a couple of them.
But it's more combat, has the blah blah blah, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, and I'm blanking on it. You and I talked about it because you and I almost bought it, and I can't remember the name of it.
That it's medieval times.
Yeah.
It's feudal era. Oh.
Let me see.
Weird.
I
mean, to be fair, I baited this very, very early on when there wasn't much here.
Noble Legacy.
Oh, okay.
Noble Legacy. And also Medieval Dynasty. Those are the two we've looked at.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to pull it up. Yeah, it's Medieval Dynasty is the one that like they just came out of. I think the reason it came back up this year is because it came out of early access. And that would track for me. And it came into like the 1.0 access or whatever. But enough about what we've been doing, because we've got a lot of gaming. And we've been playing Battlefield 6. I forgot about Battlefield 6. Battlefield.
Yeah, we did try the new mode, which is interesting.
The new, yeah. So for those of you unaware, and I don't know how you would be unaware, but for those of you unaware, Battlefield launched their own battle royale yesterday called RedSec. It contains 2 modes currently: the traditional battle royale mode and then a gauntlet mode. And the gauntlet mode is really interesting. It basically takes 4 separate game modes and combines them into one match, where you have to do various tasks to get your group, your squad across a certain threshold to beat the other squads. And then it's like, first it's like top 6, then top 4, then top 2, and then it's kind of like a 1v1 squad thing. It's pretty cool. I really, really enjoyed it. It's a little long in the tooth at times, but I think if you have like a half full squad like we had, or even a full squad, I think it could be really, really fun. I think that time would just kind of slip away when you do stuff like that, versus playing something like Conquest, where, you know, when it's just the 2 of us in a squad and we're kind of rolling around, kind of following the people in the squad, kind of not. That first match we played felt a little long in the tooth, because we were winning that first match last night up until the last like 5 minutes, when everybody just kind of gave up.
Yeah, I actually don't care for the Conquest mode at all. I just don't want to spend that long in one match. Right. I just don't. And it's like, by the time it was done, I'm like, God, can we please be done with this?
Fair.
And, absolutely, you know, that's never really what you want. And I get it. Battlefield's built on that, yada, yada, yada. But, yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I would love a faster Conquest mode. There is one now, it's either Breakthrough or Rush, that is Conquest, but it's faster. I think you might like that better. We'll have to give it a shot the next time we jump in. But regardless of all of the great things happening in gaming right now, We have to talk about what happened yesterday because honestly, it kind of blew my mind. So Amazon yesterday morning as a company announced they were laying off something like 14,000 corporate employees, right?
Yep.
Which is a huge number. I mean, now for Amazon, it's not
It is
really.
a huge number.
Amazon employs a bajillion
No, it's
people.
a huge number, period.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
matter
yeah.
what the company. When you drop 14,000 people
Yeah.
back into the market, that's a huge number.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're talking about the markets that they did. And, in this case, apparently those layoffs included most of, not quite all of Amazon Game Studios.
Yeah, so basically Amazon put out a statement yesterday about their game studios and where they see them moving forward. And unfortunately, if you play New World, I got
The news is not good.
I got some bad news, friends. And I want to take a second
So-
and I want to read the message.
Before we get to that, though.
Yeah.
Before we get to the specific New World stuff. They also, they talked about their new focus, and they kept using the good old buzzword these days, AI.
Yeah, because they want to
Which
make...
doesn't help, speaking of New World, which doesn't help my opinion that a lot of the new fucking expansion is AI voiced.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Gopher, good to see you, man.
Hey.
I
So,
highly agree.
yeah.
So like I said, when it comes to New World, and you're right, by the way, I think that a lot of that, they were doing a lot of testing of AI systems inside of New World as they were creating it. And I think that we are one of the only ones that's actually called it out, to be fair.
Everybody else just says it's bad voice acting, and it might be, but if there's bad voice acting, I should be able to find the cast.
Right, exactly. So I do want to take a second, and I do want to read some of this, just because it's important, right? Because
I
this
skipped it too long, didn't read very.
well, right,
Vegas.
but for context, right? New World just launched season 10 and its Night Haven expansion, right? Literally came out 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Like brand new content, some of the best content in terms of not necessarily the story. The story is whatever, but the overall rework of the systems they did, the overall content, the new catacombs mode, PvP players were happy. Like just insane levels of polish were put into some of the levels of this game where it sorely needed it. And people were thinking that this was going to be like the next, like a new starting point for New World. It was going to be the next level of where New World was supposed to go.
They have 1,000 and larger people queues to get on the servers right now. I had.
Yeah. Well, and that's
because
the thing,
after this drop, the player count went wham.
I was just watching a couple of videos yesterday about the top played MMOs of 2025, trying to figure out where the MMO market is, and New World
13.
was in the middle of both lists.
They're in 13 right now. Players played in the top 20 being played right now, which you couldn't have said that 2 months ago.
Right.
But you also have to understand that this wasn't an overnight decision, and that's part of what pisses me off. Somebody somewhere knew this was coming, and they released this anyway, and they put it out into the public. They're still selling it. Now, to be fair, the expansion was free.
They're not.
Yeah, they have pulled it. They pulled it. But
yeah.
They were selling it up until yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Of course they were.
They were still selling it up until yesterday.
Yeah.
And I know I've seen some threads where people bought it, like within the last couple of days.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And now they're like, well, I feel ripped off. And of course, their answer is, well, you have plenty of time to play between now and then. I'd be like, no,
you really don't. So here's what they wrote. It said, right, as New World recognizes its 4th anniversary since launching on PC, keep in mind that they've only been on console for 2 years, right? Maybe a year, it's been at least a year, if not 2, right? We reflect on an incredible journey shaped by our dedicated player community. Your feedback and passion have been instrumental in evolving a tournament into the world it is today, and our team is deeply grateful for this shared adventure. Blah, 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 blah. After 4 years of steady content updates and a major new console release, we've reached a point where it is no longer sustainable to continue supporting the game with new content updates. Yeah, bullshit. The recently launched Season 10 and Night Haven update will serve as the final content release for New World on PC and consoles. It is only after much consideration we've reached this decision. I'm sure. To thank you, the New World community, for your support over the years, we've made the Night Haven release available to you for free. To ensure all New World players can experience this content, we've also made Rise of the Angry Earth free for all PC players. In the coming months, we'll provide more details on what to expect and other essential information. Rest assured, our intention is to keep the servers operating through 2026, allowing our community time to continue their adventures in Eternum. Additionally, New World Eternum will still be downloadable for PlayStation Plus members, extra and premium members only. Players of Eternum, your dedication and enthusiasm have made this New World adventure an unforgettable journey. We're deeply grateful for every moment you've spent helping build this extraordinary world alongside of us. It has been an honor to share Eternum with you. Thank you for helping make this game something truly special. And all I read when I read this is this.
Sure.
This is all I read. That's all it is.
That's a PR run through legal statement.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Here's the thing.
They're like, here, this is the thing.
Yeah.
You did the blah, 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 blah. But here, and they're trying to say that this is going to be around through 2026, which is also how they get around having to issue refunds, by the way.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
That's all that is.
Yeah.
The cash shop is still open. You can still buy, so they're still taking in money.
Well, and that was the really funny thing. My favorite thing is I was reading the fact, and they're like, "Oh, will I still be able to, purchase in-game currency?" Yes. What?
Absolutely.
So wait. You've admitted your game is dead. You've admitted your game is dead.
Right.
You're killing your game,
money.
but you still give us money.
Yep. That is pure Amazon right there. Again,
fuck off.
You have to have a company that actually gives a shit about something other than keeping that number in the black, and Amazon does not.
Well, let's be real. Look, we live stream on Twitch. I have been on Twitch since it was Justin TV, okay? I've been around a long fucking time. I remember Twitch before it was owned by Amazon.
Right.
I remember the days when Twitch was just a place for video games.
Right.
I remember Twitch when it was a place for conversations about games and sharing your passions and not a place that hosts conventions that don't go over well.
Sure.
And a place that
host conventions so their large streamers can get assaulted.
Right, exactly. And then they make terrible business.
Not my inner monologue.
Right. Yeah. And then they make terrible business decisions about things afterwards. That's fine. Everything's fine. Right. But again, we've talked about this before. Twitch has never been profitable. Most things that Amazon does aren't profitable, yet the company still prints fucking money somehow.
Because it's a loss leader.
Yeah.
It's a loss leader, which allows them to write off everything that's coming in from the part that is profitable,
right?
Which is all the stuff that we are buying. And I do say, you do word we. I order stuff off Amazon all the time. Why? Because I cannot go to the store anymore and get the things that I need most of the time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's only going to get worse for reasons. But it's been that way for a while. And, so even going to big box stores, your Walmarts and Targets, the shelves are just empty. The stuff is not there.
Yeah.
So I come home, I'm like, I got to have this. I can have it within a day or two off of Amazon. So just send it to me. Save me the trouble of having to go search it down at 14 different stores. That's the part that's profitable.
Right.
Everything else just becomes a tax write-off so that they're not paying a lot of taxes on the stuff that's profitable.
Right.
But
just dumb.
So it also brings the question of, did they ever want New World to be profitable?
I don't think so. If I'm honest, I don't. Here's my conspiracy theory. Right, we have said for years that Amazon wants to when it comes to gaming, right? They want to make it big in AI video games. I think that for years they've been using New World as a test bed for AI development.
It's possible. Certainly possible.
Right. Beyond.
So anyway, the servers are going to be up through 2026 at
supposedly.
The moment. My prediction is, Pat, once we get to the first of the year, they're going to shut them down. I think I don't see us making it past March at the latest. I know you said 6 months ish, which is about that same time frame.
Yeah.
Because as soon, and you can go to Steam and look at this. I went last night, and just as soon they had like, I don't know, it's like something like 40,000. Hang on, let me look it up. Uh, Players, and then when they
Today,
made
yeah.
that announcement, they had 31,000 players. They made that announcement. It went down to, well, there for a minute, it went down to nothing. So it dropped to less than 20,000.
Yeah, you lost
And
10,000
then it
players
goes
on
all the
day,
way
yeah.
down to 6,000 once after that, as people just kept bailing.
Yeah.
So,
Because what is the point?
right.
There's no point.
Yeah.
I was gonna log on this weekend and get caught up on everything.
Yeah.
Nope, not
I have
anymore.
no desire to log in at this point.
I have no desire to log in, no desire to play. They literally took all of the goodwill they built up with me over the last 2 months and said, hey, fuck off.
Right. Just shit it away.
Which again tells me that this decision was made by somebody or some bodies who are suits in an office somewhere looking at numbers on a page. They don't give a fuck about the game. They don't give a fuck about the development. They don't give a flying fuck at all.
If you are not a developer anymore, if you are in management, you don't give a shit about the games you're making.
Right.
The only people who still give a shit about the products that they are developing are the developers themselves. I am fully convinced of this.
Yep.
If you are in management in almost any level, past a team lead, basically.
Yep.
If you are not directly writing code at this point, art, or creating if you are not directly creating some sort of an asset that goes into that game, they just don't care. There's a lot of reasons for that.
Sure.
Most of it is when you have a public company, now you're beholden to shareholders. They must see number go up. But half the time number go up is smoke and mirrors anyway.
I was gonna say it's all when I used to sell phones, it was all we called notional margin, which is all bullshit numbers that mean nothing. Like it's literally fake money. It's literally fake money somebody made up to make themselves feel better.
So
none of it matters. None of it's real.
But when you approach everything from that mindset,
right,
things still suck. But you go, yeah, this doesn't surprise me. It really didn't. I wish it did. Right? I wish I would be like, oh my god, that is shocking. I was more like, oh, okay,
right,
yeah,
same. And like I said, the part that pisses me off the most is the game just had a huge content update. The game just got people to buy in. The game just got new people to return to it. And then they're like, hey, fuck off. And I'm like, no, get fucked. It's absolutely disappointing. It is incredibly disappointing.
Don't misunderstand me. It's very disappointing. But disappointing and surprising are not the same thing.
Oh, fair. Fair.
You know.
But on the other side of the coin. Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, you've got not the other side of the coin. Paul Tassi put out an article this week about what if Sony invests in Bungie.
Yeah.
Had invested in Bungie. And my thought was, well, they probably are waiting. Because with the way contracts work these days, they couldn't just buy it and cut everybody loose.
No.
Despite what they may have wanted to do.
Right.
They had to let Mr. Man buy a few more cars first.
Yeah.
But now the ship is on fire. It's burning. It's sinking.
Right.
So basically, my little conspiracy theory is this is exactly what Sony wanted.
Absolutely.
They wanted it to tank so they can come in and now take all those developers, put them under the Sony the umbrella, and get all that value, that $3.9 billion they spent for this stupid fucking company.
Absolutely.
Which, you got sold a bill of goods, but that's beside the point.
That's beside the point.
Yeah. So will they? I don't know. But it's possible that they could now go, okay, everybody's out. We have control. Here's what we're going to do. They're going to need soon to announce something that changes are coming, and they're coming, that large changes are coming. Not just little quality of life things.
Yeah, no.
Not just, at this point, honestly, At this point, the answer is Destiny 2 is in maintenance mode. We are developing Destiny 3. That is the answer. That is the only real path forward here.
Absolutely. You are yeah, exactly. But I mean we've talked about that ad nauseum on the show before, both here and on Sin Shootout. And like my thing is like at some point yeah, I think right that Bungie went into this deal with good intentions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that Sony saw an opportunity to not only get the live service tech part of Bungie, right? Because let's be real. For all of the faults that Bungie has, the one thing that they have done for over 12 years now is maintain a live service game day in and day out.
Valid.
That takes a lot of institutional knowledge that Sony did not have. Right? Now,
but
granted,
the question is how much of that went out the window?
That's some of it. I mean, it's just yeah. But I'm more talking about the structure of that core of the systems and the way they're built. That code, that engine.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. That code and that engine are what they bought, right? They bought that technology.
Right.
Everything else,
but you've got to have people that understand how to use it,
right? But everything else was just a bonus for them in their eyes, right? Everything else for them was, oh, well, okay, yeah, this sounds, this is a good idea, and we get a game people like to play on top of it. Cool, awesome, let's go, right? I think that Sony wanted the tech more than they wanted Bungie, and bought Bungie because they were the only ones that they could afford.
It's possible.
Because every other company I know that Sony was looking at, and I've had conversations with people who work for larger companies than Bungie that have told me Sony was looking at a buyout and they backed out when we gave them a number, right? I've had those conversations. Every other company was well above that 3.9 billion mark. There were some that had lesser versions of the technology that haven't managed a live service game as long that wanted less money. But when they saw that Bungie was available for 3.9 billion, compared to the 10 or 12 or 13 billion it was going to take for some of these other companies, if not more, right? We're talking like maybe 50 billion. What did the EA privatized buyout cost? Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like when with those things, like you just have to sit back and wonder what they really did it for, and what it could have been. And I think you're right on that, and I think that I think it's a mismatch of both theories.
Right. Absolutely. Well, yeah. I mean, we'll never really know, right?
No.
We'll never know the truth of it.
Well, until like 15 years
like
from
this
now,
layoff at Amazon, we'll never know the real reasons why.
But in like 15 years, when Luke Smith writes his tell-all book,
right? When Deej finally spills the tea,
right?
Or DMG, sorry. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, with New World, I'm like, why? Why should I bother to log on and finish it?
Right?
There's no point.
There's absolutely no point. I mean,
which brings us to what we talked about before of conserving games and keeping them active. But unfortunately, there's still a cost associated with keeping those servers up.
Right.
And if you're not making any money on those costs, there is so much. Even a company like Amazon,
right?
There's only so long they're going to hemorrhage out money trying to keep the servers going.
Exactly.
So it sucks. It absolutely sucks.
Right.
But New World season has passed, and now we can talk about later this time in a couple years from now, we'll be talking about how good the game was, how good it ended, how good the game mechanically ended as opposed to how it
Right.
actually, how it ended.
Right.
You know, you can rank it up there. You can lay it right behind Anthem as a game that could have been so much more.
Right.
Um,
Well, the really funny thing is, like 3 months ago, I drafted an article called "Why Nobody Trusts Game Studios Anymore and Why They Shouldn't." Right? Literally, I drafted that and wrote it, and it's been sitting on the site just waiting for our launch. Right? And literally one of the things that I said that I wrote down is what's called the transparency theater. Right? It's the the we hear your feedback. We're committed to the community.
it's always bullshit. That's the thing. And
This roadmap is subject to
always
change.
been bullshit. It's always bullshit. If and here's the thing: for a very long time,
Right.
game company, even quote good game companies, when it comes to that sort of thing, none of that's trustworthy.
Right.
Because priorities change.
Right.
Development schedules change.
Yep.
People come, people go. It just
Well, and the
it is what it
reason-
is.
Well, and the reason
It's part of how development works.
Well, and the reason why I call it transparency theater is because players aren't fooled by these videos of in these Vidocs and all this stuff of everyone smiling
can
and
go
this
and watch
and this
post after post
Yeah.
after post after one of these things of people going, yay, they're finally going to turn it around. And, for everyone that says that, there's another person that goes, are you really drinking this Kool-Aid?
right. Well, and,
So
and
I
like
can argue that people absolutely do believe it, and they
But-
continue to believe it. Part of that,
But my
Part of that-
the counterpoint to that I made is I said real transparency is ugly, right? It will admit to you when features are delayed, when budgets were cut, and when timelines are unreasonable. The studios that dare to do this, they earn something rare: patience.
which studio does that? I have seen none
Larian.
of that ever.
Larian,
Okay, one.
Supergiant Games, which is Concerned Ape with
Let
Stardew
me
Valley.
rephrase. Which AAA studio does that?
None of them, which is the problem.
Exactly.
Which is the other. part.
And they're not going to, because you know what the difference is between those? Goes right back to what we just talked about: public versus private companies.
Absolutely.
It all comes down to that. If you're a public company, there is no way you're going to be truthful,
No.
because your stockholders will rebel.
Oh yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh God, this is and your stock will tank
your
because they
shareholders will
think
lose
shit
their
is going
mind.
to hell."
Yeah.
Because they don't understand. Most of the people that buy into a company, they don't understand how it actually works, how development actually works. That it's not a straight line. Development is not a straight line. It never has been a straight line.
Right.
There's a reason they call it the waterfall method.
Exactly. Right.
But the thing is, I also said this in the past, and I think I'll be honest, I sometimes think the game companies opening up about this at all was the worst mistake they ever made. Because here's the thing. You produce a product. I buy that product. That is what I am owed.
Yep.
That's it. If I buy a game, look at me. Let me close, chat. Never buy a game on the promise of what it could be. Buy a game based on what it is, because it's very likely that you will never get anything else. If what is there is not enough, do not put your dollar bills down.
Yep.
That's simple. Because you're not owed anything, for one. Like they never needed to expand EverQuest, for example. They could have said, here it is. This is the product. We'll keep these servers going as long as it's profitable. And there. Now, they continue to expand the game. That's great. That's awesome. I've had a lot of good times in EverQuest.
Right.
But you're not owed that. You're not owed progress. I'm not paying. here's the thing. I'm buying your product, but at the end of the day, I'm not the one actually paying your salary. As much as you might want to think that, or much as the gaming community wants to think that,
Right.
it's not really how that works. You are buying a product. Well, technically, you're buying a license to a product if you really want to get pedantic, but that's a whole other topic.
Right.
But you are buying the product. They delivered the product. That's where that transaction ends. You were owed nothing else.
Yep.
And the fact that they communicated all, well, that's nice. But also, it's a lot of crap.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like,
Absolutely.
here's the thing. It's like, you're going to do something? That's fine. Tell me you're going to do it. The next time I want to hear from you is when you've made significant progress and you actually have something to tell me. Right. Not that you're just going to tell me again that you're going to do a thing.
Don't give me a roadmap. A roadmap is an idea that's not going anywhere.
Right. Yeah, it's not set in stone. It's not the Ten Commandments, so to speak.
Now look, if you want to give me a fucking Trello board that like some of the indie devs do, that has, with literal full transparency, that's here is what you have requested, here is what we are actively working on, here is what is, ready to ship, here is what we'd like to do but don't know how to do it. Those are fucking great. Give me those. Be fucking honest. But of course, AAA developers have no idea how to be honest about anything.
I'm just more like, give me accurate patch notes and I'll be happy. I don't care about the rest of it. I really don't. Because what you're thinking about building is probably not what you're going to build. So don't tell me I'm going to build 10 things, then you deliver 3 and expect me to be happy about it.
Right.
Better yet, just say, we're working on updates. We'll let you know when they're done, what they are.
Yep.
And
but
move
you
on.
know, but look, you know as well as I do, that's not good enough for gamers anymore. Because again, we've had this conversation before about gamer entitlement. And I'm going to keep coming back to it. Because gamer entitlement is so strong that, again, we think that we are owed the world because we gave you $60, $70, $80, $100, $150 for a video game.
That means you need to support this game for the rest of my natural life and until the end of time. It's not how that
bullshit.
Works.
It's fucking bullshit. It's what it is. It's dumb. It's not realistic. It's just not realistic. Now, look.
That is not how that works.
Right. We've been on here ranting a while for about all the bad things in the game industry. I want to talk about 2 things that are exciting to me. Right? One.
Are we still talking about gaming?
No, yes. Bastard.
You just don't want to iterate the counter.
God damn it, Cheeks.
Thank you. Count it.
I'll hit the counter, but it's not on this window. It'll show.
I know. You gotta get on this window too.
I gotta get it on this one too. I know. Sorry. I wasn't thinking when I built it. It was like 2 a.m. when I finished it.
That's how Grandma died. Absolutely, Belle.
One, The Outer Worlds 2. We talked about it at the top of the show, but I've been playing this game for about a week now, and I'm going to tell you guys, it's fantastic. It is well worth... Obsidian's reputation as the sequel company makes sense. It's well worth your time. It's well worth the investment. And again, if you have Game Pass, you can just play the game.
Right, it's on Game Pass.
So play the damn game. It's very good. 2, Arc Raiders goes live tomorrow at 6 a.m. Eastern. Oh, God. I mean, I'm not going to be up playing it at 6 a.m., but it's nice that it goes live early. Come on. She don't want to get up at 5 a.m. Central to come and play the game with me?
No, I have to go do some errands tomorrow morning.
But I do want to talk about 2 other things as well. I want to start highlighting some deals and stuff that I've seen around the internet when it comes to gaming, because we enjoy
best
gaming.
deal going right now, Nessus.
Yeah, absolutely. $7.50 for that game.
$7 for that game.
Even at $15 full price, it's
even
well
at
worth it.
Full price,
Buy the damn game. Buy the damn game.
Do you like Stardew Valley? Do you like Terraria? Do you like Minecraft? Do you like any or all of that, or anything that's even similar? Go buy Nessus. And Nessus, however you pronounce it, it's Necesse. It's $7 right now.
Yeah. Well
you
worth the
know,
money.
the first thing I said was it was Zelda and Minecraft had a baby.
Yeah.
But it's got a little bit of Stardew Valley. It's got a little bit of Terraria. It does all of this stuff, and for the most part, does it all well.
Yeah,
That's the astounding part.
Well worth your dollars. The other thing, Steam right now, because it's Halloween week, is doing their Scream Fest, which is their Halloween sale, and they've got a bunch of discounts running right now on horror games and horror like adjacent games. So if that's something you're into, definitely look through there, pick some stuff up, and then
Horror adjacent. That's my stripper name.
God damn it, Cheeks. Oh man, and then I'm hit the counter again, you son of a bitch. And then Epic's Game Store weekly freebie is Fear the Spotlight, which is really damn good.
Oh, nice.
That's until the 31st, and then on the 31st
Speaking
through
of
the
horror
7th.
games, I also took a small dip into Sons of the Forest recently.
Oh yes, you did. And then next week on Epic, it's also Bendy and the Ink Machine as well, which is an interesting title. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one, Sheiks.
No, but it sounds like a great emo band name.
Right, I was about to say, it sounds more like an emo band than a video game. But
Either that
honestly,
or somebody's OnlyFans site.
Hey. It just happens to take place in a tattoo shop. But yeah.
I rest my case.
Games that are out this week, obviously we've talked about Outer Worlds 2. We've talked about Arc Raiders tomorrow. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remakes hit tomorrow.
Nice.
For pretty much everything. PS5, Xbox, Switch 2,
So,
PC.
In that news of coming games, not this week, but now we're getting the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, just like the Skyrim one.
Yes.
Of course, half the player base is losing its mind. The other half is fine with it. I think this is the same thing that they wanted to do with Skyrim. They're putting in the paid mod thing, and if you remember, the Anniversary Edition killed all the mods.
Yeah.
They had to go back and redo all the mods to make it work. I think the same thing's going to happen with Fallout. But whatever, it is what it is.
It is what it is. The game looks good.
Overall, it looks great.
It looks really good. Well,
I think they finally confirmed Fallout 5.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing that pissed me off is that all they had to do was announce the Fallout New Vegas remaster, remake, whatever, where you could play that fucking game without having to run 8 billion mods to get the game to run properly on modern consoles.
Sure.
And they didn't do it, and a lot of people were pissed.
Right.
It wasn't great.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, it wasn't a great little thing. You got the new update coming to Fallout 76. It looks pretty interesting based on this show. So, we'll see.
Beyond that, is there anything else you wanted to discuss this evening, Shakes?
No, I mean, I think we covered most of it. Can't think of anything we want to talk about.
I think we have too. The one thing I do want to call out, two things really. One, we launched our website.
We did?
PressXskip.com is live. We, as I said on Twitter, we built the website we wanted to read. Right? We built the website. We're building the community we wanted to see. Right? We talk like real people. We write articles like real people. We do games and content and shows and all this like real people because we are real people, right? Contrary to popular belief, Cheeks and I are real people.
Right?
We treat each other like real people. We treat each other with respect. We treat you with respect, and we expect that you do the same for us. But at the end of the day, this is all about y'all. Right? It ain't about me. It ain't about it's about y'all and having a good time. That's what this place is about. Because to tack onto that, make sure you go join the Discord if you're interested. Links should be down below, over on the website. Big banner up top says join our Discord. Come hang out. Come talk about what you're passionate about when you're not here, when we are not here. We'd love to have you. With that, friends, I think you and I were going to transition over to some God Breakers this evening.
Were we? We can. A little while, I think.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time. Why not? But as always, guys, we're going to sign off of here. I'm going to switch everything over. But I'm Freebird. That's Cheeks. We love y'all. We'll talk soon. Say goodnight, Cheeks.
See you guys next time. Peace out.